Have you ever wanted to start a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily and then distribute it everywhere and even earn money doing what you love. All in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit episodes right from your phone or computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Now, what's really cool is video podcasts are also now available on Spotify. And if you want to be taken seriously on social media, you need to have a video presence. And what better way to do that by connecting with people via your video episodes? With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's all totally free with no catch whatsoever. And ever since we discovered Spotify for Podcasters here on Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt, we are easily releasing new episodes and distributing them to multiple platforms, and it's never been easier. We highly recommend you give it a try. You can download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started.
I think a lot of people just want a plan. Follow this plan, you'll get X results, and you'll look like this person. And it's not, going back to what we've been saying this entire episode, it doesn't work that way. We can give you guidelines, we can give you suggestions, but at the end of the day, the best plan is going to be completely different. It's going to be custom to you.
Yeah. And this is where people want someone else to do the work for them.
Yeah.
I know you get a lot, and I get a lot, like, do you do meal plans? No. No,
absolutely.
You
not.
have to take the time to figure out what the fuck works for you in your meal situation. I mean, take for an instance, if we make a video about the food that we're eating, I don't like that. I don't want that. Okay. Imagine me making a fucking meal plan for you. How's that going to work out? You don't like any of the shit that I like. That's not going to build a lifestyle that you can stick to. I'm building a lifestyle that I can stick to.
Yeah.
You have to take initiative to figure out what works.
Yeah, somebody likes to wash their blueberries. You don't like to wash your blueberries.
Yeah. I'm a fucking dirty bitch. I don't wash my blueberries.
Welcome to Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt, the world's #1 no bullshit health and fitness podcast.
Are you ready to cut the crap with your diet and exercise, get strong as fuck, and build a healthy relationship with food? Then you've come to the right place.
Let's go. If you'd like to support us in the podcast, join our Patreon where you get exclusive content, which consists of monthly workouts you can do at home or at the gym, monthly challenges that are either strength, habit, or mindset based, and access to over 100 plus low-calorie, high-protein, family-friendly meals. These are all designed by a professional chef who is certified in nutrition. These recipes are already in MyFitnessPal for easy fucking tracking. New recipes are also added each week.
We believe that fitness is for everyone, so this is our way of getting you started on your health and fitness journey at a price most everyone can afford. So what the fuck are you waiting for? We'll see you in the Patreon. All right, Beth, here we go. Another episode.
What's up, Matt?
What's up, Beth?
How are you?
I'm amazing. How is your September gone, I should say?
Fuck, can you believe it?
Yeah, no, I can't. Where the fuck? Now it's like 40 degrees out at nighttime and in the morning time.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. We went from 100 to 40 really quickly.
I know. The leaves are changing. But I got to say, I'm glad I'm not in Florida right now.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Not good.
Hope everybody's safe down there with the hurricane currently hitting. For anybody listening, friends, family, hope everybody's okay and safe and evacuated and everything.
Yeah. Thinking about Zach.
Is he in that area?
I think he's in Tampa.
He's in Tampa. Okay, so that's close. I think that's Tampa's getting hit pretty good, I think, too, right? 'Cause I know like Sarasota and Siesta Keys and things like that, which I was just in Siesta Key over the summertime. So, Mm-hmm.
So I was going to ask you how your rafting trip went.
Amazing. I'm here. I live to talk about it.
Oh,
it was my third time whitewater rafting, and it was my second time doing the Class 5 rapids in West Virginia on the Upper Gully. So I don't know if you're familiar with whitewater rafting. Have you ever been?
No, I'm actually, to be honest, freaked out to do it.
It's fucking scary as fuck because that's one of those things where you can plan everything out and you can plan for and be prepared and everything, but you just never fucking know how the water is going to be, flowing and what's underneath the water. Right. So that's always the scary part. So this is my second time doing the Class 5. So the Class 5's on the Upper Gully. It's a 6-week-long thing. They only have these rapids for 6 weeks of the year because they're draining a big dam that's in West Virginia. They do that for 6 weekends towards the end of the year. They drain the dam and then it creates these world-class Whitewater Rapids, which is what people travel from all over the world to come see or come experience. It's fucking madness. It's like, oh my God, such an amazing experience.
Wow.
And now that I got my second one under my belt, I wasn't as nervous for the second one. Like the first time, this time last year when I went, I was a nervous wreck. Like, oh my God, what am I doing? What if this happens? Like, what if my foot gets stuck? I'm toast, things like that.
Yeah.
So, obviously, the goal is to stay in the raft,
Yeah.
which I did.
Good.
I stayed in the raft again all year or the entire trip, which was a nice bonus. I went with my brother and his wife and a friend of ours, which was a lot of fun. We did some camping. I'm really fucking enjoying camping.
Isn't that the best? I love
everything
camping.
like that. We went and we did a good hike afterwards. So we rafted 14 miles in Whitewater, and then we went and we hiked a few miles afterwards. And I got to tell you, Monday morning when we woke up, my body was like so sore. My glutes were just so sore because when you're in a raft, you're really bracing yourself really hard.
I bet.
Your glutes, your abs, your legs are all really tensed up for multiple hours and just taking a beating,
Are you strapped in? Like, do you have a seatbelt or anything? Oh, yeah. I guess that would not be a good thing, huh?
That wouldn't be a good thing because we did tip at one point. If you flip and you're strapped in, that's pretty bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so you have the raft, which you sit on the outside of the raft as you're paddling, and you lodge your feet into like the tubes in the raft that are going across the raft. So your foot is lodged in there, and that's essentially the only way that you're staying in. So,
wow.
If that part comes loose or something, you're going for a ride,
You're basically clenching
Yeah.
your whole entire body. Is like...
Yes, which is why the body hurts the next day. Yeah. I don't care how good in shape you are. You're gonna be feeling sore the next day. But it was awesome. I mean, I love doing shit like that. I don't love putting my life on the line, but I love the thrill and adventure and the fucking satisfaction of holy fuck, I just did that. That's what we talk about all the time, like doing those hard things and doing those things that scare you.
Yeah.
You can tell I love this shit by the way I talk about it. So
yeah, a fucking thrill seeker. Well, what about we can do hard things and being a thrill seeker? I don't know. That's
definitely different. It's definitely different.
I think it's kind of it's kind of a separation there.
Yeah, for sure. You don't have to risk your life to do hard things. I just love I love the extremes, I guess.
Yeah.
I've thrown myself out of planes and now I'm like, I should probably jump off of a bridge at some point,
Oh Jesus. Oh shit. All right. Don't ask Matt to jump off a fucking bridge because he just might do it.
I will definitely do it. How about you? What's new with you?
What's new with me? Shit. I just hired a new coach.
Awesome. Congratulations.
So that's cool. Her name's Brooke.
What's up, Brooke?
Brooke. So she's actually part of the inner circle and she was in the mentorship with me. So that's cool. I am getting ready to do my 8-week cut calorie deficit going into 50 years old. That starts on next Friday.
Okay.
So I am excited for that. Basically, it's going to be pretty restrictive. Okay. Because it's 8 weeks. I have a timeline. I'm doing this purely for aesthetic reasons. So I just want to separate from, let's say I'm doing a prep for a bodybuilding show, which I'm not doing. It's not going to be that restrictive, but it's going to be pretty, I'm already low body weight. I have some body fat, obviously, but I've been building muscle for a couple of years. I haven't done any real strict calorie deficits since 2020 when I did RP and I got really fucking ripped during that. So I'm going to be doing something kind of like that where I'm going to be adding more cardio. My calories are going to be, not too low, but low enough where I'm going to be hungry. Yeah. But I know what I'm getting into, and I have a goal to see what I've actually built over the past few years when I turn 50. So that's for me what it's about. It's just seeing what I can look like at 50 years old.
And pushing yourself.
And pushing myself. Yeah. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. So.
And I think that is actually a really good segue into what we want to talk about today too, which is realistic expectations. I think because you're going into this with pretty realistic expectations. You have a coach. Yeah. You're not doing it for like some bullshit reason. And do you have a goal weight or anything in mind? Or are you just like...
I don't really have a goal weight because I believe that I'm going to be probably losing a lot more inches than actually a lot of body weight.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, I'm about 143. So it's not, I'm not going to lose 10 fucking pounds. I can guarantee that's not going to happen. Maybe 7, but I'm not going to be looking at the scale as much. It's more like inches lost. Pictures are going to really be the telltale.
Yep. Good. Yeah, especially because you have been building muscle for a while now.
Yeah.
And you're advanced lifter, so you're not going to be building a lot of muscle. You probably won't. I don't know. Do you have any expectations for muscle building, or are you just trying to maintain muscle throughout this 8-week cut?
I'm just going to be trying to maintain muscle, basically. Yeah. My protein will probably be pretty high, probably about around 140 grams at least.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But my strength training, I was doing 5 days a week. I'm down to 4. Christy was like, I don't want you to be doing 5 days a week when you're doing this. You should go down to 4. So I'm down to 4, but I was doing 5 days a week, focusing on the hypertrophy. Yeah. So like we're working out with Dusty and Hunter, who were pushing me to the absolute max. And, I was eating, close to 2,000 calories at least, if not more, because I just recently started tracking for maintenance. I wasn't before. So I went like a full year and a half. The whole time I was in Florida. I was still lifting. I wasn't tracking. Mm-hmm. I was eating way more than 2,000 calories. Absolutely, for sure. I was eating out every single night. So I'm curious to see, really.
Yeah, it's nice to let's just see what I've got. I think that's a really good reason to do
I have no idea.
You've been busting your ass and building and building and building. And at some point, you're stronger, you've built muscle, but now it's like, let's see what I've got type thing.
Yeah. And I've been uncomfortable because I usually can see my arms, like definition. I haven't been able to see definition in my arms. But Christy was like, you just need to keep eating. And like, she has kept me because it's very hard. And we all know maintenance is the hardest, but eating more than that and lifting and seeing your body become different and feeling more fluffy than I'm used to. Mm-hmm. I may not look fluffy to someone else, but to me, I know what I look like at different levels
and what you feel like. Yeah.
Yes. So having a coach to keep you in check and be like, this is how you have to be uncomfortable if you want to build muscle. So
yeah,
I've been doing that, and it hasn't been exactly very easy.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those things. You can do both. You can lose fat and you can build muscle, but you're not going to be great at either one of those if you're trying to do both of those at the same time. If you're advanced,
that's the thing.
Like we are
lifting for a while. It's not like I'm getting newbie gains or anything.
Yeah, if you're within the first couple of years of lifting, you can absolutely build muscle, a lot of muscle, and still lose fat at the same time. But after you get it through your first couple of years and you wear off those newbie gains and you're no longer a beginner, your body adapts to that. So you're not going to be able to build muscle as easily.
Yeah.
Which is why once you become more advanced, you do need to go into those intentional bulks and those intentional cuts to build muscle and to show the muscle that you have. If that's a thing that's important to you. To me, I don't really care about that at this point in my life. What I do care about, actually, Beth, is I've been actually getting the itch to power lift again.
Love it.
My priorities are always changing, but I think it's with the cold weather. Now that I'm going to be home more, I'm like, I can refocus on the gym for the next 6 months and buckle down, whereas in the summer and springtime, I'm never fucking home. I don't want to be in the gym and things like that. So now I'm getting that itch. I'm going to start talking to my coach, I think this in October about competing in the springtime again, like I did last year.
Nice.
But the thing is, I just essentially took the last 4 or 5, almost 6 months off of that really strength training and trying to get stronger. So if I do make that decision, I need to go into that with realistic expectations that my strength levels aren't going to be what they were 6 months ago when I was preparing for powerlifting meets. So that's a realistic expectation. I need to go into this understanding like I'm not going to be as strong as I was a few months ago because that hasn't been a goal of mine, and that's okay. But if I go into expecting to be as strong as I was before when I haven't been doing that, I'm already setting myself up for disaster. So we could talk about realistic expectations and goal weights and things like that, but that's really where a lot of people's demise starts or happens is before they even fucking start. They just they're going into it with unrealistic expectations.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds in 12 weeks or I'm going to, I hate weight loss goals that are time bound. I just really, I do not like time bound weight loss goals. What's your take on time bound weight loss goals?
I think it depends. Well, see, I have a time bound goal.
True.
But also it's been planned that way.
Yeah, but you also said that you don't have a specific goal that you're trying to reach. Like you're right. Yes, you are going on an 8-week cut, but you're not like I need to lose 8 pounds in this 8 weeks.
No. I'm not going to put that pressure on myself also because that's not really how it works either. Like I know realistically, like I'm not going to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to lose inches, but I don't even have an inches lost goal.
Yeah.
I just know that if I'm in a deficit, I'm going to listen to my coach. I'm going to be fucking as consistent as possible because I have 8 weeks and it is going to be what it is in the end. And I'm not going to be disappointed or, whatever. I'm just going to know that I gave it my all.
Because with fat loss and things like that, those are all like inches lost. If you're focusing on just inches lost or just scale weight, there's so many variables that go into those things, right?
Yeah.
Like scale weight can be manipulated by a lot of things: stress, holding on to water weight, higher sodium, more carbs, things like that. Body fat, maybe you're just not losing fat in one area and you are in another, and you're not monitoring that. So there's so many variables in play there that can make things a little bit more unrealistic if you're just focusing on the numbers.
Yeah. But giving yourself, I'm going to lose 30 days in 3 months for no absolute reason, like why are you doing that to yourself? Is it really necessary that you need to do, why? Like, is it for a health reason or just because?
Yeah, we need to go into this with realistic expectations. Otherwise, you're gonna get disappointed, sooner rather than later, because that harsh reality is gonna fucking slap you in the face, whether you like it or not, if you're having unrealistic expectations. So we need to come into this grounded. So realistic expectations, like how can we start working on, like, what the fuck is a realistic expectation? What are some things that we can actually expect to happen when we're starting a health and fitness or weight loss journey?
There's going to be road bumps.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a linear line to greatness.
Right. There's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days.
It's going to be like this, or you guys can't see me, but I'm moving my hand up and down like a fucking wave.
Like a roller coaster.
Like a roller coaster. Yeah. Unrealistic expectations and timelines.
Yeah. Realistic expectations. So these are things that we can directly control. So realistic expectation. Yes, I want to lose fat. Okay. But what do I need to do in order for that to happen? Well, now my realistic expectations are I'm going to go on a walk every day, right? I am going to get X amount of protein every day. Those are realistic expectations, or those are realistic goals to be working towards, because those are what's going to give you those results and makes it more realistic.
Yeah. And something I do see a lot is people like, this would be unrealistic. Suppose you're a mother of 4 children, you work 40 hours a week and you're like, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. It's, Okay. Yeah. Do you really have time for that? See, this is where they're like, I'm going to do this, but then you're setting yourself up when you really know you can actually only make it to the gym 2 days a week, which is totally fine.
Absolutely.
So I think you need to focus on like also that, like, what can you realistically achieve consistently?
Meet yourself where you're at.
Yes, exactly.
That's what we do with our clients as coaches. We meet our clients where they're at. And that's what you should be doing with yourself. Yeah.
Like when Coach Christy was like, okay, Beth, realistically, how many steps a day can you get? Are you going to be able to get 10 to 11,000 steps a day? And I said to her, I said, you know what, realistically, I'm going to get probably 8 to 10,000. Right now. So everything's going to be based around that, because I know that I'm busy. I work for my computer and I know it's not as easy as it was for me to get 10,000 steps a day every single day, or 11,000. So I have to tell her, listen, realistically 8 to 10. I'm not going to shoot myself high when I know I'm not probably going to be able to do that consistently.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You're being honest with your coach.
I'm being realistic about it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, this is like, the truth.
Sure, it sounds good. Like, yeah, I can do 12,000 steps a day. When you really know in the back of your mind, just by saying that number, you're like, ooh, shit, that's I'm gonna have to sacrifice a lot to do that. So
you have to know yourself realistically. What can you do so you're not setting yourself up to fail?
Yeah. And then within those things, some realistic things that we can look at doing when we're looking at improving our health and fitness. I made a video about this last week. So I was looking at the weight loss control registry and like some of the 4 common habits that most people have that have successfully lost weight and kept it off for 5+ years. There's a few things there. Let's see if I still have it open in front of me. I do. So there's 4 things that the weight loss registry identified in successful weight loss people. Number 1, they eat breakfast every day, right? 78% of people in the weight loss controls registry eat breakfast every day. That's a realistic thing. Like, can I eat breakfast every day? Yeah, I can make 5 minutes to make breakfast every day.
Yeah.
Weigh yourself at least once a week. 75% of all people in that study weighed themselves once a week. And you and I, we are advocates of using the scale, and we're also even bigger advocates of separating your fucking emotions from the scale. So ideally, I'd like to see you weigh in every day if you can go into it thinking logically and leaving your emotions at the door.
Yeah.
Number 3, and this one's big. This is a very easy and realistic expectation. Watch less than 10 hours of TV per week. I think that's something a lot of people can work on doing. 62% of all people in that study watched less than 10 hours of TV per week, which means you're doing something else with that time. Maybe you're working out, maybe you're exercising, maybe you're going on a walk, maybe you're playing with your kids, doing housework, you're moving at the end of the day. And then number 4 is they're averaging about an hour a day of exercise. That number sounds kind of high, an hour a day, that's 7 hours a week. But if you think about it, walking every day, and your other movement, and then strength training a few days a week, you're gonna be just fine crushing that.
Yeah.
An hour a day sounds like a lot. It's like we need to look at your time management to see if we can squeeze in some time. I'm not saying you have to. I don't even advocate for exercising an hour a day, but that's just what the most successful people have done. Those are realistic expectations, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is something I just see all the time in social media. I've been seeing it so often, and it's you and I've been chatting about this so much in our private conversations. It's like, why? Like, it hurts my heart and hurts my soul that people are coming at me with these unrealistic expectations. Like in my DMs, I'm chatting with people. Oh, I just want to lose 100 pounds in the next, 6 months or 5 months or whatever it is. Or I've got a wedding in 3 months that that I have to prepare for, but I need to lose 30 pounds. I'm like, well, you should have started 6 months ago,
Yeah.
Or also like, where's that 30 pounds coming that you have to lose? So just a weight loss goal is pretty unrealistic to me, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Or the how long is it going to take is like the one thing I get. It's like, it takes what it takes. It takes consistency and fucking patience. Like this
isn't baking a fucking cake. You can't just,
right.
We can bake a cake and we know how long it's going to take us, but for health and fitness and weight loss and getting stronger, we can control what we can control. But at the end of the day, there's so many fucking variables that impact that. And
when you give yourself an actual, I'm going to lose this in X amount of days, and then you don't hit that, like you're setting yourself up to, and then what are you going to do? You're going to feel like you failed when you didn't fail. You just gave yourself an unrealistic expectation.
Yeah.
And a timeline that you shouldn't have done. That's why I, like you said, I don't like X amount of weight in this amount of time type stuff.
Right. And along those lines, and how long is it going to take, or what should my goal weight be? Here's the thing. We really have no fucking idea what that goal weight will look like, right? I can say my goal weight is 160 pounds. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that looks like. Those numbers are arbitrary. Okay, we're just picking one and we're just throwing it out there. For a lot of people, that's what they weighed in high school 30, 40, 50 years ago, before they had 3 or 4 kids, before they had a career, all this other shit. That's an unrealistic expectations. You are not in high school anymore, Dorothy. We're not in Kansas anymore. Let's approach this logically. And it's weird enough, nobody ever says I want to weigh 162 pounds. It's always 160 or 165. What do you
they round it off? I don't know.
But those are all milestones, but people are literally making the goal because that's what they think they should be. And that's another thing I get all the time is, what should I weigh? I don't fucking know what you should weigh. Yeah. Like there's no right answer.
I don't even fucking know what I should weigh. I mean, I don't. It's like I've been building muscle for a couple of years. Who knows how much muscle I've gained in pounds?
Yeah.
Taking creatine. I mean, it's like who the fuck knows?
Yeah, for sure. And when you reach your goal, I think your goal should just be like learning maintenance, navigating maintenance. How you feel? Yes. Stop focusing on the numbers. Because the issue is with a certain goal weight, right? People think that when they reach this goal weight, they're going to look a certain way. Right. I think ultimately, but you're not really sure what that's going to look like, because you've either never been that weight before, or it's been 30, 40, 50 years since you've weighed that.
Yeah.
And maybe you weren't, once you start strength training and things like that, that's going to drastically alter your goal weight, because you're going to be building muscle. Muscle weighs just as much as 1 pound of fat, but it takes up less space, right?
Yes.
So 1 pound of muscle is going to look a lot differently on your body than 1 pound of body fat.
Yeah. I mean, I've had people that have a goal in mind, they get to it, and they're like, well, I don't look like I thought I would. It's like, because you just gave yourself a number for whatever reason, you weren't strength training. So you basically just, you lost body fat without gaining any muscle. So that, like you said, they have this number in mind, and it's just a fucking number. And if you can either get to that number and be like, well, okay, why was I fucking losing my mind over this?
Yeah. When I start working with clients, most people come to me with goal weights, and I try to talk our way through that in the coaching consultation is like, okay, well, what if we, let's say you're currently 200 pounds and you tell me your goal weight is 150. I'll be like, okay, cool. So your goal weight is 150. What if we get you down to 170 and you're like, oh my God, this is the best I've ever looked, the best I've ever felt. So cool. Why can't we just stop at 170 and be like, this is where I'm happy. Now we learn how to maintain and build from there. But just because you set that 150 goal doesn't mean anything. For others, maybe they have a goal weight and they reach it and they're still not maybe they're just not healthy. They haven't improved their health metrics, or maybe they just aren't happy with where they're at. So they reach that goal weight, but they're still more that, so then, you need to start building and changing things. But really, performance goals, I love performance goals and process oriented goals, right? So health promoting habits, right? So hitting our macros, our calories, our protein, getting enough sleep, hydrating, moving, those are process and health promoting habits that we can implement, and those are going to be more effective than any weight loss goal or weight goals or anything like that. We have no idea what challenges are going to come our way when we're on a health and fitness journey at the end of the day.
Yep.
And what happens when something comes up, right? And if you have that weight loss goal or that time bound goal that was unrealistic to start with, but now you have life coming at you. Now you have a death in the family, or you lose your job, or you have to start working overtime, or all these other things that you didn't account for because you couldn't account for life happening. Now they're coming your way, and that's going to throw you off your goal.
Yep.
Going to exacerbate that shame and that guilt that's associated with that.
And then that's when you give up.
Yeah. And another thing too, this is something I was thinking about before this. So let's say your goal is 200 pounds. Okay. But 200 pounds is different. Like depending on how you weigh, you can talk about things in pounds and kilograms and stone even, right? Stone, 200 pounds is 90 kilograms, which is 14 stone. For many people, they're like, what? Like, what the fuck's a stone or what, any of this other stuff? Like, but those are just numbers. That's all the number is. It's our relationship with gravity, pushing us back down to earth, essentially. That's really all that number on the scale is.
Yep.
And then also on that note, I think people equate that number on the scale and that weight loss goal with happiness. When I reach this goal, this weight loss goal, I will be happy. I will finally be happy. Once I would lose 50 pounds, once I get down to 150, I'll be happy then. But
it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't.
It doesn't work that way.
You're always going to want more. Trust me. It's always going to be, okay, well, I'm here. What now? It's like you expect some fucking magic little unicorn sprinkling dust all over you when God's going to come out from the sky and be like, you hit 135. Everything's amazing. No, that doesn't work like that.
Yeah. And once you reach that goal, you're going to be like, okay, what's next? Now can I lose more? Or what? Like,
right.
It's the same thing with PRs in the gym. And that's also why things like powerlifting and things like that and performance sports are so not addicting, but like enticing to people because, okay, cool. I just smashed a PR on squat. Now let's move that PR goal 5 pounds down and let's go chase after that next, It's always going to be more. It's always going to be more.
Yeah. Yep.
Just not a fan of the unrealistic goals and expectations.
Yep.
I don't know. What else are you seeing in comments, DMs, social media content that kind of has been rubbing you the wrong way?
Always looking, okay, and I addressed this today, always asking for the best. Like, okay, what is the best calorie calculator? What is the best bread to eat? What is the best macro split? You guys, there is no fucking best.
There is no best.
My God. Literally, like you're so focused on searching for the best that you're not even taking action.
You're sitting around reading and learning about what the best is. You're sitting around fucking
saving every video, right? You're click, save. Oh, this is the best. And meanwhile, you're just still in the same fucking spot, not having done any of those best things. Why? Because you have to take action to figure out what the fuck is going to be working for you. That's the thing. I could tell you this, MyFitnessPal is the best. Well, to someone else, it might be a piece of shit.
Right.
right? Or because it works for me, but you may hate it. Just like you may not like the bread that I like. It's not the best. It's the best for me, to me, because I love the way it tastes, but it may taste like shit to you.
Fuck
so
that bread.
You literally have, it's trial and error. So you have to stop looking for it and just take action.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm seeing a lot. What is the best?
Yeah. What is the best? The best is bullshit. The best is what's best for you. What's best for you is not what's best for everybody else. You need to work to learn what's best for you.
Yeah.
You need trial and error. You need to try new things. You need to get outside of your fucking comfort zone and figure out what works for you, what you enjoy doing.
I mean, how long take us, for instance, our beginning of our fitness journey. How many times did we try different fucking things, right? But we tried them. We took action. Then you find your groove. I mean, I started doing group classes, doing outdoor boot camps in a fucking playground.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Was it the best? It was for the best for me at that time.
Yeah.
But you have to just take action because it's going to morph and change throughout the years of what is actually going to work for you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. and inaction is an action too. Doing nothing is a decision. And that's an action. So going back to a common theme in our podcast, be real with yourself. Nothing's going to change if you don't fucking change. Along those lines too. Another thing that kind of I've been seeing a lot of is plans, right? Like I need a plan. I need a plan to follow a plan. What do you mean you need a plan? You want me to plan out your life for you? Because how can I do that? I'm not with you. I'm not living your life with you. I don't know what you like, what you don't like, and things like that. I can coach you. I can teach you how to handle life's fucking fucked up situations that it gives you. I can teach you how to think critically and go from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset and get away from fad diets and things like that. And I can teach you how to eat in a way that works for you and how you can learn that. But I'm not going to sit here and give you a plan. I think a lot of people just want a plan. Follow this plan, you'll get X result and you'll look like this person. And it's not, going back to what we've been saying this entire episode, it doesn't work that way. We can give you guidelines, we can give you suggestions, but at the end of the day, the best plan is going to be completely different. It's going to be custom to you.
Yeah. And this is where people want someone else to do the work for them.
Yeah.
I know you get a lot and I get a lot. Like, do you do meal plans? No.
Absolutely.
You have to take the time to figure out what the fuck works for you in your meal situation. I mean, take for an instance, if we make a video about the food that we're eating, I don't like that. I don't want that. Okay. Imagine me making a fucking meal plan for you. How's that going to work out? You don't like any of the shit that I like. That's not going to build a lifestyle that you can stick to. I'm building a lifestyle that I can stick to.
Yeah. You
have to take initiative to figure out what works.
Yeah. Somebody likes to wash their blueberries. You don't like to wash your blueberries.
Yeah. I'm a fucking dirty bitch. I don't wash my blueberries. So you may want to obsessively wash your blueberries.
Yeah, I don't. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's these blueprints that people are expecting. Like we can't, at the end of the day, no coach, no program is going to change your life. You've got to be the one to do that yourself.
And the thing is, we can give you the perfect plan in the world, but if you don't fucking follow it, it doesn't matter.
Right. Thank you. Well said, because this is the other thing too. And I kind of went on a rant on this a couple of weeks ago, but like the first question so many people ask me is like, is this free? Is this free? Is this free? And don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about giving free stuff. I mean, we literally give away so much fucking free stuff, but how many people are taking those free things and actually implementing them? Not very many. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I know people are, and I know people do, but if the only thing you care about is free, like I get it. You can't, like, finances are different for everybody. Okay. But if you don't value something, then what's the point? I know I don't value free shit. I've got so much free shit I've collected over the years, ebooks and plans and oh my God, so much bullshit. And guess how many of those things I've actually even opened the book or read the title of? Zero.
Oh my God, you ain't kidding. I have a lot of ebooks and stuff in my emails. I don't look at them. You're right. And the thing is, it's like, if you pay attention.
Correct. And that's why people like you and myself and other coaches, we, and not just coaches, we understand the value of investing in ourselves and what you're getting in return for that. But I can use a really good example. And if this is, I'm going to use an example from myself here. and what I offer. So I have a free calorie calculator on my website, right? In my bio that people can use. It's free. Okay. And when you first open it up, the first thing you see when you open it up, it says, this is a master copy. You must make your own copy in order for this to work. And I even give you directions on how to do it. Click this button, and then boom, you have your own copy. I get multiple emails every day. This is read only. I can't use this. What the hell? Are you lying to me? And I'm like, dude, you didn't even fucking look at the thing. You literally on the first thing you see when you open it up, you must make a copy. So if you can't even read a simple fucking direction, what are you in this for? You're expecting me to enter in the numbers for you to get your calorie goal for you. You're expecting me to do the work for you.
Yeah.
Learn how to think.
But then they're going to look at your calorie calculator, and then they're going to go find another calorie calculator because yours didn't give them the numbers that they fucking wanted. And then they're going to look at another one and be like, they're all different.
Oh my God, what do I do now?
Oh my God, I just don't know which one to choose. Choose one. This is another thing. You're not taking action. Once again, you're trying to find the fucking best thing, and there isn't. They're all going to be different.
They're all going to be different. That's the reality.
You have to fucking try it and see if it works. They're all estimates. Your best option would be to get a coach to give you individualized numbers. Unless you do that, you're going to fucking go on the internet and find all kinds of shit. So you just have to fucking focus and find one or get a coach.
Find one and fucking stick with it for a month before you even do anything else. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. Not for a week or 2 days, 30 days at least. So until you can adjust accordingly. And if you haven't been consistent during those 30 days, you don't need to adjust anything because you haven't been consistent and you can't say it didn't fucking work.
Yeah. You need to adjust your consistency.
Exactly.
There's no shortcut here. And that's still, we need people to stop thinking in terms of this is a shortcut. If you can't bother to stick with something for 30 days to establish a fucking baseline and learn about yourself, we have a bigger problem in our hands. We have a bigger problem.
Time's going to go by anyway. You might as well do it fucking correctly.
Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to get frustrated and you're not going to stick it out for those 30 days. And you're going to jump onto the next thing and you're going to spend a week or two doing that. That's not going to work right away. So you're going to jump onto the next thing. And next thing you know, you've been spending the last 3 months of your life just jumping from one bullshit thing to another, trying to find that magical fucking pill.
You said it.
You just wasted 3 months of your life. What if you just would have stuck with one thing for those 3 months? You'd be ahead of the game right now.
You'd be like, I'm
feeling
feeling really
my thing that you're using. I don't give a shit if you use my thing or not. Use somebody's and stick with it.
I agree.
Same with coaching. Like, I don't care if you hire me as a coach or not. Hire Beth as a coach. Hire one of our friends. Hire somebody else.
Yeah.
They're not going to do the work for you.
In the end, no one's going to do the work for you.
Period. Harsh reality, I guess, for us today.
I think it's a lot of the perfectionism too that I see. We got to stop trying to be perfect because there is nothing. No one is perfect. Nothing is perfect.
No.
Get that through your thick fucking head.
Yeah. I was going to say it's so easy that a caveman could do it, but it's so funny because I'm going to get way off topic here, but I was listening to a podcast the other day talking about Neanderthals, or actually Neanderthals, I should say. Apparently. Right way to say it. And they were actually smarter than we give them credit for. So, that's saying it's so easy a caveman could do it. Cavemen were actually pretty intelligent. It's just we essentially were smarter than cavemen, and we took
I probably couldn't survive during the caveman days right now.
Fuck no.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Even the people that are promoting the carnivore diet today wouldn't survive the caveman days.
I just no thanks.
Could you imagine
dinosaurs chasing me?
Yeah, right.
Fucking shit
this.
my pants.
I'm out. I am
fucking
out.
done.
Yeah, no, I know the dinosaur period. We're probably talking out of our ass here, but Neanderthals or our ancestors at some capacity did exist when dinosaurs fucking existed. So fact check me. I don't know.
Don't tell me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not a paleontologist. What do they call those people?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just completely derailed the conversation.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Welcome to Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt.
Whoa, yeah. So what podcast was this? They were talking about Neanderthals or whatever?
Stuff you should know. It's like my favorite podcast to listen to.
Nice.
I always listen to it on my road trips, and I've been going on a few of them recently. So I've been reading their episodes. I like it because they're very science and evidence based with everything they talk about, and I learn a lot.
Cool.
Stuff you should know. There's a plug for them.
The stuff you should know. I'm going to write that down and check it out.
Yeah, for sure. They've only got like 1,500 episodes. They've been on the internet since like the internet fucking started. So they've been around for a long time. Yeah. So realistic expectations, guys, this is the bottom line on realistic expectations. Success in our health and fitness journey starts with being honest with ourselves and just reasonably committing to something and not forcing ourselves into these fucking impossible situations that we're never going to achieve.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to say. That sounds right. That sounds right. Do you have anything to add to that, Beth?
I don't.
You don't?
I would just want people to realize that there really isn't anything that's perfect. There's nothing that's the best.
Mm-hmm.
It really just comes down to you taking action. And your action doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be doing everything at once. You just have to start doing one thing.
Something, please.
That's it. And that
Pick
one thing,
thing,
it could be fucking walking. And let me tell you, walking is going to make you feel good. And when you feel good, you're going to want to eat good. So, and it's like a trickle effect. So just think of it that way. Just start doing one thing that you know you can do consistently really well, and then add something else. But
that's it. What do you mean, Beth? That's
stop
it.
Searching and start taking action. And that's what I'm going to leave it at.
And I'm making a joke here when I say that's it, but that's something we hear a lot. Like, okay, that's all you want me to do? Yes.
That's all.
That's all I want you to do. One thing. Start doing that, because that's one thing more than you were doing before.
Mm-hmm.
Do that thing for a couple of weeks. Once you get the hang of that, add another thing to that thing. Add maybe 5 more minutes of walking, or add another piece of fruit, or whatever that one thing is that you were doing. Now just add on to it. Habits. Build healthy habits. Start habit stacking. And next thing you know, 6 months, 12 months from now, you're going to be a completely fucking different person if you just focus on one small thing at a time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter how small it is. There's no such thing as too small. Okay. Something is always better than nothing.
Yep.
Always.
It's just like when I quit drinking, the one thing I was focused on is not drinking. And that's all I can focus on. I couldn't think of anything else. That was the most important. You just have to choose one thing and just focus on it and master it. And then once I got more comfortable with not drinking, I kind of like added other stuff. So you just have to focus on that one thing. Yeah.
Well said. So we have, it's the end of September. When this episode comes out, we'll be getting into October. October is exciting. October is exciting. So our Patreon just changed. We changed our Patreon, actually, if you're interested in joining. One of my biggest complaints, and I know yours was too, Beth, with Patreon, was how they did the billing. So if you signed up at the end of the month, say you signed up on like September 25th, you would get charged, and then you'd get charged again on the first of the month. Well, that's no longer the case. Patreon finally changed their billing. So now you get billed on your subscription date of the day you signed up, which that fucking makes sense. Like, why were they not doing that in the first place?
I don't know.
So now you can join the Patreon whenever the fuck you want, and you don't have to worry about getting double charged essentially at the end, the beginning of the month. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And then we have new workouts. Since it's October, we have new workouts. You want to talk about the challenge that we're doing in October?
So I'm going to let you guys know what the Patreon challenge is, only because everyone's going to be doing it wherever you are. If you know me, I'm going to be talking about it. So the candy challenge, realistically, we're going to start on October 10th. It's not going to be October 1st because I feel like doing it for an entire month is a very long time. And I've always started like in the middle. A lot of people have trouble with over consuming candy during the Halloween season, because, once that day starts, you just can't stop. And then it's a trickle effect throughout the entire holidays.
Halloween becomes Thanksgiving.
October will start the fucking binge holiday season, and you don't stop until freaking December 31st. And then, you're like, I'm going to fucking start strong on the New Year's. But we are going to do some exposure therapy. So this is going to help you create a healthy relationship with food, or at least we're going to try. So you're going to get your favorite bag of Halloween candy, favorite absolute Halloween candy ever, little mini sizes, okay? And you're going to, starting October 10th, you're going to have a piece of candy with every single fucking meal. If you are tracking calories, track the candy. If you're not, don't worry about it. And you're going to do that every single day up until Halloween. The goal is to probably before Halloween, you're not even going to want the candy anymore. Because why? It's available to you at any moment.
Right.
We have this fear, this whatever you want to call it, scarcity mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to create an abundance mindset.
There's always more.
So, you have that one piece of candy, you're like, I can have another piece at the next meal. So you don't have to have 10 fucking pieces. I can have another one at lunch, and then I can have another one at dinner. And then I know I can have more tomorrow. Just remember, you can always have more tomorrow. So you're going to keep doing that until the end of the month. And I can guarantee within 2 weeks, you're going to be sick and tired of that candy. And when Halloween hits, you're not even going to care.
It's no big thing. Now you're not going to be ransacking your kids' pillowcase full of candy.
Yeah.
In theory. Now, it might not be that easy for some people, of course, but for a lot of people, that can be the little challenge that they need to get them moving in the right direction.
Yes.
Repairing your relationship with food isn't black and white, just like anything else isn't, Hopefully this helps some people, and I know it will, but only if you do it, and only if you're open to this new way of doing things.
Yeah.
You might be like, oh my God, I'm going to lose control. I can't have that candy around in the house.
Reframe your mindset. Yes.
With a mindset like that, no, you can't. You're never going to be able to have those foods around the house. If you're telling yourself you can't, that is coming from a place of, that's a fixed mindset. That is like, this can't change. When you say this cannot change and this is how it is, that does not allow any room for growth right there.
Yeah. Imagine if you're in the I can't, just switch it around. Say, you know what, I can do this. When you say that positive affirmation to yourself, you actually start to believe it. So reframe how you talk to yourself. I can't bullshit needs to end. I can't stop eating one. Yes, you fucking can. You absolutely can. Keep telling yourself you can. You will. But your thoughts will ultimately dictate your actions.
Yep. It's a mind game.
It really does. You'd be so surprised.
And if you must sit here and say you can't do something, here's what I want to challenge you to. I can't do this thing. Let's say I can't keep candy in the house because I'll overeat. Okay. Let's say I can't currently keep candy in the house because I'll overeat, but eventually I'll be able to, because that's now you're saying I can change this and I know this can get better. I know this can improve. I can't do this yet, but I know one day I will be able to.
Yep. You're a person working on that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's mindset right there.
Yes.
That's that healthy mindset that we're always fucking talking about.
Mindset.
Saying huge. Those negative words, can't. Only, right? We talked about this with
only.
David on
I saw your post about that. Oh my God. You guys stop with the onlys too.
I only lost 30 pounds. I only made it to the gym 3 days this week. What the fuck do you mean you only made it to the gym?
You made it 3 days. That's fucking amazing.
What do you mean you only lost 30 pounds?
Yeah.
You're dismissing your accomplishments. You're not giving yourself credit. You're not
right.
You're just being too fucking hard on yourself. That goes back to this whole realistic expectations thing and the mindset and how you talk to yourself. It all matters. It all comes together.
Yes.
So if you want to take part in that Halloween challenge, go ahead and join up with our Patreon. It's $10 a month gets you access to that. New workouts are coming as well, which we're really excited for. And then in October, we are doing something really exciting for our Patreon members, our patrons.
Yes.
So, Beth, have we talked about this on the podcast yet?
I don't know. If we have, it may not have come out yet.
Shit to better. We gotta make a shirt for that. Stop shit in the bed. So in October, Beth is coming to visit me here in Ohio, where I've always been coming to visit Beth in Maine. Well, we're flipping the roles here. So she's coming here, and we are doing a meet and greet for our Patreon members. So we know what we're going to do. We are going to do a meet and greet at a park in the area where I live, and do a little, meet with everybody, chat with everybody, get to know everybody, and do a little hike. So if that sounds like something that won't be anything crazy, just get an opportunity for us to get to know each other.
Yeah.
So that's going to be available to our Patreon members only. So if you want to get involved with that, go ahead and join our Patreon as well. And we will be informing our Patreon members when that's going to be taking place and how we can RSVP and everything. It's of no charge to anybody else. It's if you're a member of our Patreon, we are inviting you. So
yes,
we are so excited for that. So excited.
I know, I'm super excited. Yeah, I still need to book my hotel. Shit.
I don't think you'll have a problem in this area. Not this time of year.
Good.
It's not a touristy area unless you get closer to the lake, which we already talked about. So yeah, you're good. You're good. Exciting times.
Awesome.
Amazing guests coming up. Can't wait to talk with the guests we have lined up.
I know.
Crazy to think, holy shit, we have so many guests lined up for the next couple of months.
I know, right? It's
so many people that are going to be able to help everybody listening too.
Yeah.
And that's what we're really excited for, because that's all we care about here is just fucking getting people some realistic advice, dispel all the myths that are out there, and cut through the crap. So cut the crap with Beth and Matt.
Cut the crap.
All right. Is that it for today?
All right. That is it.
Amazing. Talk to you soon, Beth.
All right. Bye, Matt.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hope you enjoyed this episode, so why not share with a friend who needs to hear it? Send us a DM on Instagram or email us at cutthecrappod@gmail.com and join our Patreon at patreon.com/cutthecrappodcast. As always, we appreciate you and thanks for being here.